Everyone knows that referrals are the key to growing a successful contracting business. But do you know how to properly track and reward those happy customers who send referrals your way? If not, stick around, because in this Tools of the Trade episode, we welcome Jamey Vumback from Get the Referral, who's here to show you how their platform is a must-have in your sales and marketing toolbox. Let's dive in. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Tools of the Trade episode. I'm excited to introduce you to our friend Jamey Vumback. Jamey, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, for sure.
Awesome. So Jamey, you are the founder and CEO of GTR, Get the Referral. This is a company that started years back out of necessity, from what I understand. So I'd love if, before we jump into this actual product demo and we'll learn a little bit more about your solution, I'd love to hear a little bit more about your backstory and how, you got to where you are today.
Sure. No, thanks for the opportunity. So I owned a solar company, right? So I was a contractor. And, my background's in sales and marketing over the years. And as a solar sales company, we dealt with a lot of issues, right? Lead generation, cost per acquisition, cost per lead, so on and so forth. And so as we were growing the business, I was in charge of generating new opportunities for our company. And, one of the things that always we loved was referrals. And so back in about 2013, I really took a hard look at all of our advertising, and we were spending, it was probably close to $2,000 cost per acquisition. So for every customer, it cost about $2,000. And then I was looking at our referrals, and I went, "Whoa, wait a second, man! This is so much better. We actually paid $500 for a sold referral." So when you look at that, we actually control the costs of our acquisition based upon the fact that we only pay for a referral when it actually sells. And so that's when I started thinking there's got to be a better way, easier way to get referrals from our customers and to keep them updated and then reward them in a seamless manner. And that's when I came up with the idea of Get the Referral. That was back in 2014. And I actually started building the app for myself as a tool for our company. And as I started building out the platform, I quickly realized that this is something that a lot of companies can use. And hence, we became Get the Referral in August of 2014. And then from there, obviously, grew and really, listened to our customers and made some adjustments along the way. But it really came out of a need for our company. And the thing that I'm really most proud of is when we released it for our own company, we actually went from about 25% of our business coming from referrals to 70% of our business coming from referrals. So it was an incredible increase in the number of customers we were getting from referrals. And the best thing is that we controlled how much we paid for that, right? And we were able to then reduce our cost in other areas, and our cost per acquisition ended up going down to about $750. And the best thing is our business grew 10% year over year. So when we were looking at this, say, this is a home run, we've got to get this out to other companies. And like I said, we built the platform out to where we now have our software platform that multiple companies can use.
I think that's amazing because, as you said, there's nothing better than warm referrals and word of mouth. And it's something that we want to try to push our existing customer base to go out of the way to, send us people, friends and family and whatnot. Problem is, it's very challenging to do if you've got kind of a piecemeal solution. You're using something makeshift that you've patched together for rewards and cards and tracking, and it just gets messy. Like you say, it's nice that you're able to control the costs at the end of the day. So it's something that you can count on to reliably grow your volume of inbound leads. So that's fantastic. This is, like I said, a Tools of the Trade episode. So we're not holding back here. We're going to talk about the platform, what it can do, how it can help a business. You're going to give us a bit of a demo from what I understand, Jamey?
Yes. Yep. We'll go ahead and go through a couple of little, pages. I want to talk about referrals and why they're so important. You made a couple points there, and I want to really hone in on that because it's so important as a business owner is to be able to really capture as much opportunity as you can out there. You work so hard to get a happy customer. Now what you need to do is capitalize on that, right? How do you capitalize on that happy customer? They write a review for you, but then what happens? What happens to that customer? How do you stay in touch and stay top of mind with them? So with our tool, you'll see some ways that you can actually stay top of mind from point of sale to delivery of product and beyond. And the and beyond is really the biggest opportunity for you that I think people are missing out on. And, before I get into the slides, referrals, one of the things that I always say is you don't know what you don't know. And why I say that is if you have a customer that refers your company to someone else, you're waiting for that customer to come back to you, right? You're waiting for that customer to look you up on Google or to call the business card that was left with them. It's in their hands. So with our tool, it actually closes the loop and it gives you an opportunity to now own that information. And now you control that conversation. And that's the key here. That's the key how we went from 25% to 70%, because there was opportunities that we were missing because that person got busy. They forgot our name, whatever the case may be. We have it as soon as that conversation occurs with their friend or family member that just got solar or just got a new roof or just whatever the case may be. And they're excited about it, right? And so capturing that customer in that, that moment of excitement really increases your opportunity to get that deal. So.
Yeah, that's key, Jamey. I'm glad that you brought that up. I feel like it's referral 101 stuff, but if you never learn it, it's it's a tough lesson that can cost you a lot of money. I think for me, at least early on, we would get people say, "Hey, we dropped your name with XYZ person and, expect a call or whatnot." And as you said, call would never come in, or would come in a year down the road or 6 months down the road. And so after a while, you realize that you're better off telling people, hey, if you ever want to introduce us to somebody, let them know that we'll get in touch with them, give us the information, and we'll make sure that we follow up. And so I can totally see how that has impacted your business. In terms of the categories that you serve, so the different industries, Jamey, who are you guys working with? Who's using Get the Referral today?
We're really focusing in on the home services business. We just feel that there's a huge opportunity out there for us to stay in the home service businesses. So security companies, solar companies, roofing companies, home improvement company, kitchen remodeling, all those types of companies that have relationships with their customers. They have a sales team that's building this great relationship. Those are our, that's a niche client for us because nobody else is serving that, right? You have some of these other big referral platforms that are, more web-based and more like kind of e-commerce and stuff like that. You get a link from a company to refer a friend, right? This is a relationship that you're making with that customer where you can actually go in and connect with them and engage with them, as I mentioned before, from the point of sale to the delivery of the product. So not only do we, provide an easy way to, transfer referrals back and forth, but we also give you an opportunity to engage with them through project tracking, right? So we'll integrate with whatever CRM that you have, and those notifications are going out seamlessly, automatically to your customers. So guess what happens? They have a great experience. And when a customer had a great experience, they're going to share it. They're more likely to share it with their friends and family. So that's why we really think having the sales people, the marketplace where we have a company that's B2C and they have a sales team out there meeting with customers, whether it's virtually or, in person. And the key thing for us is we get the sales reps involved in the process. The stats show that only 11% of salespeople ever ask for a referral. And to your point earlier, Mark, you said that referral might come in a year later. How do I know as a sales rep that I'm going to get that referral? I worked hard on that customer, and the referral comes in 6 months later, it goes to somebody else. Sorry, they didn't say it was a referral. What we do is we allow a company to have their sales reps actually selected as the rep of record when a customer signs up. Now that sales rep is more engaged. They build their own network of what we call advocates, and they can communicate, engage with their advocates. And so now that salesperson is part of the process, and they actually do all the selling for you, right? They're the ones that built a relationship with the customer. So why not take that opportunity and now, give the sales rep the knowledge of knowing that they're going to get that referral, whether it's today, tomorrow, 6 months, a year from now. So that's really a key component that we do that is much different from, sending out a link to somebody to refer a friend.
Absolutely. I know there's a lot of affiliate marketing platforms out there that can help track referrals, but like you say, much more useful for a business where the transaction's conducted online exclusively. And so, yeah, this sounds like it helps with adoption, right? Your team, your staff internally, if they adopt it and you kind of make them the owner of that relationship, I could see how that over time, it just becomes more interesting to want to go out of your way to talk about the program and introduce it and so forth. Exactly. Let's hand over screen share rights to you, Jamey, and let you fire up those slides.
Yeah, let me go ahead and kind of just share a little bit of information with you, right? Why referrals? Everybody loves referrals, right? They're going to close at a much higher rate and such. But let's take a look back, right? During the 1970s and 80s, a lot of everything that you dealt with was offline, right? I actually worked at the Yellow Pages back in the 80s and 90s. So it was a great way to generate new business, right? You had newspapers and radio and TV and billboards and door knocking, right? And then you move into the 90s. Now we got this Google and Yahoo search engine stuff going on, trying to figure that all out. And then you move into the 2000s, you got Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, which I just got back on the other day. But it's all this social media stuff going on. And then now into the 20s, you have, a lot of different, 2020s where it's, now we're trying to really interact with customers through webinars and, events and user generated content. And so there's a lot of different ways that, people were able to generate opportunities. But the one thing to remember, and the one thing that was constant through the whole entire time, was there was word of mouth in the 70s and 80s. There was word of mouth in the 90s, in the 2000s, and the 20s. That has always been constant, right? And so, people always have trusted and always will trust their friends and family. So it's so important to be able to capitalize on that opportunity that you have with your customers through word of mouth. And so what we want to do is really help companies be able to capture and really maximize their opportunities with their customers and their friends and family of those customers. And another quick point here, everyone has heard about the marketing funnel, right? Traditional marketing, top of funnel. There's a high cost per acquisition, a lower return on investment. You're coming in from an awareness standpoint, and you got to work your way all the way down to conversion, and then hopefully into advocacy, right? But with referrals, you're already coming in at the conversion rate because there's going to be less folks at the table, less competition at the table because you were referred by a friend. There's going to be more opportunity for that deal to close much more quickly. So sales velocity goes up. Your return on investment goes up because you're closing 40, 50% of these referrals, even higher than I think the national average on referrals is like 65%. So, you're going to get a better lead, and you're going to really, be a happier business owner if you can help lower your CPA and get a higher ROI. So referrals are the way to go. And if you're already doing referrals, which I'm sure you are, we're just going to make it easier and more streamlined for you. And you'll see as we get into the little demonstration here how important that is and how easy it is for your customers. So what is GTR, right? Let's talk a little bit about what we are. Get the referral, right? That's what we are. We're a referral software platform, but we do so much more. We're a communication tool, in-app messaging, push notifications. There's text messaging. We have obviously a payment interface. So you're able to actually reward somebody right in the application. There's a wallet in there where they receive money. There's social share, super, super powerful. And I'll show you what that looks like. And this has been a really key tool for our customers, which is project tracking. We're going to integrate with your CRM or whatever project management tool you're using, and your customer is going to be made aware of every step of the way as you move that job through the different stages in your project management tool. And that will allow you then to be able to give the customer a great experience without even doing anything different other than having them download the app, becoming a customer and an advocate of your company. Document storage, right? How many times does customers say, hey, can you resend me that warranty information? Or, hey, can you send me that contract? I lost it. Or the dog ate it, whatever the case may be, right? We have document storage right in the application. So it really, what we become is a portal for your customers to be able to have insight to the job that they're currently, purchased, as well as be able to send you referrals. Obviously, referrals, right? Most important. We have a review portal as well. So we'll be able to send out a push notification reminding them to write a review. And then we'll embed your actual review sites. So they just click a button, they go right there, and they're already connected to yours. So they don't have to go to Google and search for it. Right from their application, they're able to write a review. So all of these things combined is what GTR does. The customers have the app here. The company has a dashboard with all sorts of analytics in there that allows the company to manage their team, to be able to track and manage their sales team. How well are they doing? How many advocates do they have? How many sold referrals? And so it really gives some insight to how your team is doing in real time with the dashboard on the back end as well. It's iOS and Android. And so it's real important to be able to make sure that your customers at the point of sale are downloading the application. And there's some, best practices there when it comes to that with regards to the project tracking, right? And I'll kind of go through that as we go through the app. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the app itself and get back to live. Hopefully you can see me in the full screen.
Yeah, we're good.
All right,
Thanks.
great. So I'm going to come on over here and kind of show you a little bit about what Get the Referral is. So as I mentioned, it's iOS and Android. So it's going to be listed in the App Store in your name. We have over here your brand. So it's going to be your brand, your name, your logo, your icon. The customers can go and download it right from the App Store. Your sales rep can actually register your customer right then and there at this point of sale. The customer gets a text message with a link to the download, so they don't have to go to the store, and they're already registered, and they log right in and they start using the application. So with that, once they download the app, right, the next stage is they go to the app itself, and you see it's all going to be branded. The background, the colors, everything is going to be branded for that particular company. And then you can either create a new account over here, and that's where you're going to select your sales rep of record. But if you're already an advocate of the company, which because of time, I already signed in, we're going to show you what the app actually looks like. So over here, you're going to see your brand, and as it comes up, you're going to see all the different features and functionalities here, where we have the ability now to take a look at all different sorts of the process for the sales process, right? So this is what I was talking about, sales tracking, right? If you're a salesperson in the home of the customer, say, listen, Mr. Customer, go ahead and download our app. And then what you're going to be able to do is track your project every stage of it. And we're going to let you know. So it's going to come up. It's going to be all of the stages here that are connected to that individual company, right? So you can show your customer, we're going to send you a push notification, and we're going to actually show you what stage we're at and what the next stage is. And there's just an easy way to get notified here. You'll see here that we just got a new notification that the project stage is changed as site survey completed, right? And so now you can come over here, and all of your notifications are going to be stored up over in here. So you're going to see every one of your stages, so you can see where you are at all times. And then back over here, another really cool feature is you got messages. So now, me as a customer, once I get that notification, I can actually reply back to the customer, back to the company. Hey, when are we installing? So now we're going to send a message back to the company. Boom. Right? And so now the company is going to have somebody managing this, and the project manager going to say, oh, we just got a message from Jamey. Let's go ahead and reply back to him. And so now this is all real time. So this gives the company an opportunity now to have a quick response to the customer. Hey, Remy, we're scheduled for next week. Perfect. So now we're ready to move forward. So once again, just a great communication tool from point of sale. And what it does is it gets the customer starting to really use the application and understanding the power of it. You have messaging over here, project stages, documents. Check this out. So you're going to be able to store all your documents. And it could be, the contracts. It could be the warranty information. So the customer has all of your information at their fingertips, and they know where to find it real easily, right? And then, obviously there's some other opportunities here, which is what we do, right? We are a referral company. And so when you have a great experience, you're going to want to send a referral. So sending referrals is pretty simple. You hit add a referral. And you can have multiple products here. So what it does is searches how many products do you have, and then it allows you to select. Like, so if you have roofing, siding, doors, you can actually have multiple products that a customer can refer for you. And then what will happen is each individual product will have a specific price or referral amount that you can actually pay that's different from roofing or siding. Now in this particular case, We just had one product, so we're just going to go right to the referral page. And you'll see over here, you can type all the information in, any kind of notes and such, or you can simply import a contact. Here's Paul Smith, one of our customers, one of my friends, and here's all their information. You can select the time, and then you can also put a note in here as well, okay? And then once you submit it and agree, you submit the referral. The cool thing, what's going to happen here is the person that is referred is going to get a custom email from you as a company owner saying, hey, you were just referred by Remy. Here's some information about us. We'll be contacting you soon. And then the company is going to get the information in an email. They're going to be able to go into their dashboard. The sales rep's going to get an email. So that's where I was talking about before, where it's all tied together in one piece to where you're actually getting it. You're controlling that information. So when a referral comes in, everyone's going to get notified of the referral. So now you can go out and close that referral, right? So that's happening in real time. You get out there. So the best thing about it is now the customer is going to be able to track the referrals. Because one thing that I used to find a lot is we used to get calls from customers and say, hey, what happened to my referral, right? I thought you were going to pay me, or whatever the case may be. And so what happens is this allows the customer to actually track the referral in real time. So as the referral goes through different stages, they can actually go into the referrals and see what's happening. So there's a referral history, right? You just earned $500. You're going to get a push notification. Oh, let me see which one sold. You'll see now that Paul Smith, who was a referral we submitted, got sold, and they just earned $525. And why it's $525 is what we recommend is not only do you pay for a referral, but pay for a qualified lead. If somebody submits a referral to you today and you go see them tomorrow, pay them $25 or $50, right? That's a pretty cheap lead. It's exclusive. Go out and help them and get more referrals, right? And then, we recommend different prices for different products and such, but say for solar, it's like $500. So now once they get paid, they're going to get notified. And then you're going to see over here, you can see that they've totally earned $525, but they haven't been paid yet. So you control when you pay somebody. In the back end, in the dashboard, there's a payment gateway where you would just upload some money to the account. And then it's going to track everything, what's owed to every single person. So once you go to pending payments, you click on Pay Now, and then the customer is going to get another notification. Now, this isn't a live account, but they're going to get another live notification saying they just got paid, and then they're going to be able to go into their wallet and actually see the money. Once the money is there, it's going to be an available balance, and then from there they can link their bank, or they can transfer the funds to a gift card or a virtual debit card. So you can transfer to your bank. We have over 220 gift cards that you can select, as well as a prepaid virtual debit card. So we give the opportunity for the company to get this top of mind awareness. Like a lot of times we used to, send out a check and the customer never got it. Then we got to check with the bank. We got to cancel the check, resend a new one. This gives the company an opportunity to really track all of that and be managed by it. The good thing about it too is it is done through what they call 1099K, because it's done electronically. What happens is you don't have to collect the W-9 after $599. You can actually pay somebody up to $20,000 and 200 times in a given year. And so it alleviates you having to collect the W-9. So it just kind of helps on the back office as well. And there's no writing of checks or buying any cards or anything like that. So it's all done right here in your application. What we also do is we do some custom builds as well. Like if you're a solar company, we can put in the different monitoring systems that you're using. So the customer can actually take a look at their monitoring. We're trying to drive eyes back to the app, give them reasons to download the app, give them reasons to go back into the app, and to really be able to stay top of mind awareness. And, ultimately what you want them to do is send you referrals, but also over here, which is really cool, is you can actually put in a suggested post here. They can copy it and they can actually share their own form on Facebook, right? Once they do that and somebody on Facebook clicks on that link and fills the form out, it's just like as if they submitted the referral. So now your, 500,000 advocates share it once a week. Just think about how powerful that is. If one of their friends or family on Facebook or one of their social media friends sees it, fills the form out, it's going to let me know that I just got a new referral, right? Because I'm the advocate. They're going to know that they got a new referral submitted from the lead. And it just exponentially increases opportunities for companies to get a lot more referrals and to utilize their customers' social media in order to really, drive more business and control it, as we mentioned before. There's other features and functionalities in here that I won't go into too much more detail. Writing a review, as I mentioned, these will be the links that are directly for that individual company. And then we can do custom tabs as well. We have videos, how the app works and things like that. But we really want to make it custom for that individual company and for them to really own real estate on their customers' phones. And that's really the key here, is giving a company opportunity at a very low price to be able to own real estate of their customers' phone, because people spend so much time on their phones nowadays, and it's at their fingertips all the time. So.
Yeah, I like it, Jamey. It's really, really interesting. I'm curious as to how you see most businesses leveraging the cash component. Are a lot of businesses, issuing, like you said, not checks, but cash, or is it mainly gift cards? Like, what are you seeing to be the best fit there?
So the way it works is the company always distributes out through cash through the app. And then the customers then decide on how they want that. About 70% of the people that get money through the app end up downloading it right to their bank. And about 20% end up doing the gift cards. And only about 10% do the virtual debit cards. So, cash is king. People that say they don't want cash, cash ends up being king. And then you give them choice. The nice thing too is in the gift cards, there's actually gives you the ability to donate it to charity as well. So there's charities that are listed in there that they can take that money and donate to one of their charities that they, feel strongly for. So that's the nice thing about it, is you give them options, and that's key, right? Being able to give your customers options and being able to really, give them the power as well. So,
like you said, the idea is to get this app installed on your customer's phone, and then make sure that you try to get eyeballs back to it as often as possible. Are there things that you guys have put in place to post project, projects completed, you're trying to get them to submit referrals? How do you, what's the recommended frequency, or how do you get back in touch with these homeowners after the job's been done to remind them that, hey, we're still here. If you've got the app on your phone, you can always make referrals, or maybe, hey, if you need more work done down the line, come back to us.
Yeah. And that's a great question. And obviously the project tracking is that very first step, and the document storage is the very first steps of why they should start using the app. We do have companies that say, like in solar, for example, a lot of it's financed. And so, maybe it's $200-300 a month for their new solar system. And so we have companies positioning this as, listen, we can help you pay for your solar by sending us one referral a month. And, we pay $500. That's going to more than cover your solar bill. So they kind of use that technique to get them starting to, send referrals from that perspective. But as far as, kind of the beyond, what we see is them using the push notifications. Push notifications are just a little gentle reminder. 97% of push notifications are red. And so it's just, happy holidays, or if they know their birthday and it's personalized, or if it's to a general message to everybody, or if it's a marketing message, it's not in your face, so per se, because it pops up on your phone. And then it kind of, oh yeah, that's right, I got this app on my phone. Matter of fact, I have a friend that needs this product. Let me go ahead and do it. So it's just these gentle reminders, and try not to be in your face. But what we find is once we have somebody that is one of those multiple referring type folks, I mean, they're in it all the time, because, they look for every opportunity. And we have people that are actually using it as a second opportunity to earn money, and, serial referrers, right? And
right.
So, we also have, it's not just for your customers. It could be for real estate agents. It could be for groups that you work with. It could be your employees. So there's a lot of ways that you can kind of use this whole application to be able to build this network of not just customers, but friends, family, business associates, real estate agents, builders, plumbers, whatever the case may be, because they're running into people all the time. And so why not, create a network of folks out there and reward them for doing that work for you? Basically build a 1099 sales force for you in real time.
Absolutely. So. Yeah. I love that strategy. Aside from customers, that whole partner network, I think is great. And the fact that you're on their phone, you literally own that little piece of real estate. And, let's face it, we all know phones aren't going away anytime soon. And the number of times that people pick up the phone and look at it every day, I mean, I guess the next thing would be to try to own real estate on that home screen, because now, people got so many, so many different tabs. Okay. So Jamey, in terms of customization, it sounds like this app's pretty flexible. It's totally branded. It looks like you guys can do some pretty awesome things with this. What does setup look like? How long does it take to get going? What are we looking at in terms of like fees? Can you give us any kind of ballpark? What does moving forward look like?
Yeah. So as far as timeline, we have an incredible implementation and customer success team. Once you kind of go through the process, sign up for the program, then you move right into implementation. Now, implementation, that's probably would take the longest period, because we're actually branding it in your name in the Apple and Google stores, right? So you have to go in and create a Google account or an Apple developer account. We, walk you through that step by step. And in most cases, you can get it set up in, 10 minutes, right? But sometimes it takes a little bit longer. So once we get the account set up, then they invite us, and then we build the app in their name. So when someone goes searches for your app, they're looking for your name. The other timeline is just getting everybody trained. So we actually do a training for the admins. So whoever's going to be an admin, we'll train them. And then there's also a sales rep training. So we do that as well, because we feel the most important piece for success is getting the sales reps engaged. And so we do an onboarding and training for the sales reps, and we walk them through how it works, how to position it, so on and so forth. And so all of that, we're probably looking at, it could be as short as 1 week to up to about 3 weeks, just depends. But we see people actually starting to get their, return on investment within, it could be as early as a week, as soon as they get it launched. And they start to see the referrals start to come in. And from a pricing perspective, it depends on the size of your sales team. It starts at about $199 a month. It goes up to over $1,000 if you have a huge team. But it's all based upon number of sales seats and how that all plays out. But we really, try to customize it for you. So in the demonstration, you can go to getthereferral.com and request a demo. You can email Barbara at Get the Referral as well to get a demo. And we go through all the details. It's all about, finding out what your needs are as a company. And then we custom design the product and program for you based upon your needs. And so that's the real, key here is understanding what our customers need and putting the product together in a way that, it works best for them, and then sharing best practices and so on and so forth.
Well, and I think there's so many nice features baked into the solution. And with all the noise out there on the web today, it's hard to stand out. And just the tool itself can be a big differentiator. I've seen some companies sort of put, this application, this solution front and center, and they're using it as a differentiator to make, one of the biggest problems in the world of contracting is just communication with clear, concise communication with the homeowners. And so that helps solve that problem and then staying top of mind. And so, I think this is a nice, complete solution. And, no need to be, patching softwares together if we're talking about a couple $100 a month. I think this is an investment that can pay for itself. I know that you have your own partner network, and we've worked out a deal where our customers or people who we send your way can get a small discount. So we'll put the links down below. If anyone's interested in taking this for a whirl, giving it a try, you can save a couple bucks there as well. And it's not an affiliate link, by the way. We don't earn any commissions on that. We just pass our discounts on to our customers if ever there is an interest there. So I'd like to thank you for your time, Jamey. This has been a great demo. I love that big, what did you call it? Padzilla? Padzilla, yeah. Padzilla that you got behind you there. So thanks for taking the time to stop by, talk to us about, the importance of referrals and how you can help businesses streamline a system like this and really drive that aspect of the business with, of course, the intention of lowering those customer acquisition costs. Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate the time and opportunity to share that with you. Love working with you and your team. I think it's a great partnership and a way for you to provide your folks with a tool at a discounted price because they are Webrunner customers as well. Thanks for that, Jamey. If anyone wants to get in touch, you just mentioned LinkedIn. So Jamey Vumback on LinkedIn should be pretty easy to find. And head over to Get the Referral at getthereferral.com, correct? Correct, yes. Yep. Perfect. All right, everyone. Well, thanks again for tuning into this episode. Please do us a favor, hit that subscribe bell, drop us a comment if you have any questions. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Cheers, everyone.